Tonight on Tabletop Commander, overlooked but amazing EDH cards, White. Hi everyone, I'm starting a new series today. This is going to be overlooked but awesome EDH cards. These are cards that basically I use and I really like. I use them in a lot of decks. I don't really see them in a lot of other decks online. So I just want to share them with you, maybe give you a couple ideas for some of your decks. And if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe. And if you want to start a discussion, go ahead and leave some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think is overlooked. And perhaps we can start a little conversation about it, and maybe there will be a part 2 to this. So let's get right into it. First on my list, and these are in no particular order, these are only white cards. First on my list, I'm going to go with Rout. Rout is basically a creature board wipe that can be cast at instant speed for 2 extra mana. It's 5 mana, or if you want to cast it at instant speed, it's 7 mana. This is really overlooked. I see a lot of decks, like an EDHRec and such, they always have Wrath of God listed and never Rout. And I get that Rout is a little more expensive, but being able to cast it at instant speed is also very, very huge. And I really think that Rout does not get the love that it definitely deserves. Next on my list, I have Enduring Renewal. This is a really amazing card from way back in the day. There's a lot of infinite combos with this card, and it just doesn't see any of the love that it should. This is a sort of card that you would go and make an infinite combo out of, or just make your creatures really hard to kill and just be really annoying with it. So definitely a good card to include in certain deck types. Next on my list is going to be Peacekeeper. This is another somewhat overlooked card. They do use it in stacks a lot, but you could use it in non-stack decks too because it has an upkeep cost. And you could use that upkeep actually to your advantage in that you could keep people away from you by keeping it on the board for as long as you want, and then just not paying the upkeep when you're ready to do your thing. So that's why I really think that this card is overlooked. It gets love in stacks, but pretty much nowhere else. And on my list, in the next spot, I have Parallax Wave. Now this card, this is actually one of my favorites that's on this list, and it definitely does not get the love it deserves. First of all, it uses counters. It uses fade counters. So this makes it a huge ad for Atraxa. You could go and exile a bunch of creatures with it, and then the proliferate keeps the counters coming. So it doesn't get any love on that end. But another way you can use this is you exploit the stack with it. You put it into play, you exile 5 creatures with it, and then in response to your exiling of the creatures, either destroy it or bounce it back to your hand, get it off the battlefield, and this will actually trigger the return effect before the removal effects have actually taken place. So in effect, you're removing them from the game, and they're coming back into play before they leave. So they just stay gone. This was a big thing when Faceless Butcher was in Standard. People used to do it. And they don't do this combo anywhere else. And there are so many great places to use it. And this is the most obvious place to use it. And it's just an amazing combo, and nobody uses it. So there it is. Go ahead and use it. I have released the secret. Anyway, still not done with the list. Got several more on here. Blazing Archon. This is another great creature that just, again, doesn't see a lot of love, and it prevents people from attacking you, and it's a big beater on top of that. And there are so many great ways to cheat this card out. It's just one of those great creatures that should see more play, but really doesn't. Next on the list is Nevermore. Again, I don't see a lot of Nevermores. If you play white, you should play a Nevermore. Basically, it prevents, you name a card, and then that card can't be cast. You just name someone's commander, and they can't play their commander anymore. That would utterly wreck some decks. Teferi would be useless. Animar would be useless because the whole deck revolves around having Animar. And there's so many decks like that, and nobody plays Nevermore. It is such a great card. Definitely needs to see more play. Next on the list, I have Secure the Wastes. This is a fairly recent card. It's from Dragons of Tarakir. This card saw a lot of play in Standard, not so much in EDH. But with the card only being a few dollars now, it definitely should see some more play. It's an instant that gets a ton of creatures on the table all at once. It's great for pulling out some quick surprise blockers. You could get some big mana going, an infinite mana combo, and then just drop a zillion warrior tokens on people. There really is a lot of possibilities for it. And I'm just surprised it doesn't see more play. Next on the list, we have Sara Avatar. This is another one that's just big beats. You play 40 life, typically, in EDH. So it would be a 40-40. You give this bad boy trample, and maybe, some other flying or double strike or something. And it is just huge. You could definitely take somebody out in one hit with this if you have the right stuff on it. Definitely should see more play in life gain decks. Even not life gain decks, this would still be great. Next on the list, I have Soul Warden. Soul Warden does see quite a bit of play, but I don't think nearly enough. I don't think there should be a white creature-based deck that doesn't play Soul Warden. You just get so much life. It's whenever any creature comes into play, you gain a life. So you're playing 4 people. If they're all playing creature decks, you're gonna get so much life off of this 1 mana cost creature. And the card itself doesn't even cost all that much. It's a bulk card. It's just so underappreciated. I really think it could see more play in a lot of decks. And coming in the last but not least on my white list, we have Angel of Serenity. This is a great removal card, and it really should work just like Parallax Wave. I was saying there's a lot of cards that could work on this mechanic. This is another one that could work the same way. It also works great in a Rune deck or a Brago deck. Definitely an underappreciated card. It came with the 2015 Boros deck. It's just an underappreciated card that really should see more play. And that about does it for my white EDH overlooked cards. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave comments, and always like and subscribe to see more great videos. I am doing a full series on this. All 5 colors, multicolor, artifacts, doing them all. So keep your eye out for that, and have a great day.